My guest in this first segment is Nigel Belgrave, who recently joined the Chamber with the start of his new business. Nigel, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. Well, Nigel, I want to get into specifically your business, PuroClean, and what it does. But before we do, maybe we could share with our guests, our viewers, a little bit about yourself. I know that you're a veteran of the United States Air Force.
Yeah, I spent 4 years in the Air Force, from 90 to 94. I was stationed 6 months in Texas and then 3.5 years out in California. I was a medic in the Air Force, and my peacetime responsibilities was actually labor and delivery. So I helped deliver over about 120 babies.
Wow,
so
wow.
Interesting times,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
And then you went from helping deliver babies in the United States Air Force and serving in the military to banking.
Yes, banking came next. Did 20 years in banking. Had a very good time with banking, met a lot of great people, a lot of the local banks, Bay State Savings, Digital Credit Union, Flagship Bank, and most recently with Marlboro Credit Union. So St. Mary's Credit Union, I'm sorry.
St. Mary's, yeah. And then out of that, that entrepreneurial spirit that you have
was always with me, yes.
With you, and you saw in action working in the banking field, led you to secure a franchise for Worcester and Southern Worcester County.
You got it, yeah. I recently purchased a PuroClean franchise. We opened up our doors January 1st, right in the middle of the winter, right in the middle of a very hectic time, and just went straight to it. Went out and got busy.
And PuroClean, I like the phrase how you describe it, or the company describes it, the paramedics of property damage.
Yes.
And so for our viewers, PuroClean, how would our viewers or somebody become a customer of yours?
Okay, PuroClean, we're a restoration company. So what we traditionally do is we fix when there's a problem in the home. So if you have a water pipe burst, for example, we'll come in, we'll clean up all the water damage. After you've had the pipe fixed, we will come in, we'll clean up the water damage. If there's standing water on the floor, we'll remove that. If carpets are wet, floors are wet, hardwood floors, we'll dry those out for you. If furniture got wet, we'll dry that as well. We also deal with drywall, anything, ceilings, all that kind of stuff. So we completely dry it out. We also deal with circumstances where people will have fires in the home. Recently, we're dealing with a case where someone had a fire in the attic. The fire department came, put that out, but water went right through the house. So we're doing two things there. First, we're cleaning up the smoke damage and we're getting the smell of the smoke out of the home. And then we're going through the house and we're cleaning up all the water damage. So again, drying the ceilings, drying the walls.
So when someone has a crisis like that, and we saw a lot of that with the winter that we've had.
Absolutely.
Ice dams and things, into houses. So the first thing is people call their insurance agent, but even beyond that, you've got to remediate and address the situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. So people, their first thought is to stop what's ever occurring. So again, if there's a fire, call the fire department. If there's a pipe burst, you call the plumber, get that fixed, get that addressed. But then we're usually either the second or the third call, either their insurance company or they call us. We come in and fix the problem. We encourage people to call us quickly because the sooner we get there, the easier it is to clean up and the more we can put it back to normal for them. So yeah.
And as you've been starting your new business and launching it, what have you found? What have you learned? And are you busy? Sounds like you're...
We are pretty busy, actually. Yes, I was surprised how busy we are, considering we're a brand new franchise. The franchise has been around since '85, but we're brand new to this location. So we were expecting it to take a little while for the word to get out there, but all the ice storm damage has carried over. A lot of people called initially in the wintertime, I've got water running down walls, that kind of thing. But now we're seeing a lot of people calling saying, you know what, when it happened originally, I didn't really take care of it. It looked like it would go away. But now I'm finding that I have mold issues. So that's something else that we will deal with. So we'll come in, clean up any mold. We clean up if it's possible. If not, we'll remove any moldy materials so that then a contractor can come back and put the home back together.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and we've gone from the just in the last couple of days, some of the humidity that's a trigger for mold and things like that. And then after the winter and we had the tornado warnings recently.
Absolutely, so we keep an eye on all that because we are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So any time of day, people give us a call.
Right.
Absolutely.
And one of the things, in starting a business, you've got to get out and let people know the name of the company, educate people what they do. And one of the things, you've been very visible at a lot of our chamber events, networking, getting involved right away. And you know, and how have you utilized that in getting the word out?
Well, the Chamber's been very good at introducing me to a lot of people. So like you say, you've got to get out, you've got to be seen, you've got to get the exposure. Chamber's been great for that kind of thing. It also has opened doors to agencies and entities that would have been more difficult to get into, the schools, the colleges, also trying to work with the state. The states speak their own different language,
Oh, yeah.
and the
Alphabet
Chamber's,
soup.
oh yeah, big time, very much so. So the Chamber's been great with helping us work through that process. So yeah, actually, very valuable resource, and I encourage anyone who's starting a business to actually deal with the Chamber.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, it's been great, and you know, we rely on so many of our events to have our members involved, taking leadership,
Right.
involved with committees, and not only there's some great experience, but you're networking and helping build a business.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And even individuals within the Chamber have called me, say, I have a problem in my home, can you help me with that? So,
Well, that's a good example. I always say to people, you know, if you work your membership a little bit, it's not unlike a gym membership. If you work it a
Absolutely.
little bit, you'll get dividends. And,
That's it.
I think, you know, get a couple of referrals that more than pays for a membership.
absolutely,
You get some
every
work.
single time, absolutely.
So Nigel, if people want to learn more about the company or get in touch with you, I want to make sure we can
Okay.
afford you that opportunity to,
Absolutely,
to let
absolutely.
people know.
Well, we have a website, so you can go to PuroClean.com, PuroClean.com, and punch in your zip code, and it will bring up my website, and you'll be able to go right through my website. We also have a Google Plus page and a Facebook page, both of which can be found under PuroClean Auburn, Mass. So we're located that way. Or you can give us a call directly at 774-321-3232.
One more time.
774-321-3232.
And that's a 24/7 number.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
And you know, we talked about the ice dams and the snow. We talked a little bit about mold. What other kind of interesting?
The other things we do is
Pipes burst.
Biohazard cleanup as well. So we routinely find situations where people have an accident in the home. It can be somewhat messy, a lot of blood, that kind of thing. Another family member doesn't want to clean it up.
Yeah,
So they give us a call, we'll come in, we'll clean it up for them, we'll make it all right, and we'll take care of things for them.
So,
you know, so we do stuff like that, you know, and this does happen, but if a family member passes away in a home, the coroner, the funeral service, they'll take away the body, but sometimes there's still a mess left, and that's where we'll come in and we'll clean it up. You know, not the kind of thing a homeowner wants to deal with.
Right,
so.
right. Never thought of that, but obviously something you know that people sometimes have to deal with, and unfortunately,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
a range of services and
Oh yeah, full range of service, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Nigel, I want to thank you for first, you know, becoming a new and active member of the Chamber.
Thank you.
I want to thank you
My pleasure.
for being on the show, and at some point maybe we'll have you back and you can update
I would definitely love to come back, absolutely.
a few years of business and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
what that's like and what you've learned.
And some new stories for you.
Right.
So,
And
definitely.
who knows what the weather will bring.
I know,
Right.
I know, absolutely.
So Nigel Belgrave from PuroClean, thanks for being our guest. We want to come back. This is just our first segment here on Chamber Exchange, the TV show. We'll be right back with Christine Cassidy from Fallon Health.